dark. It's dark.
What's up, Bomb Squad? This DC KOOLAID.
Hey, y'all. Y'all see the title.
It's gonna be some talk.
It's gonna be some. Hello. No one's here. It's okay though. We just started.
Yeah, there you go. You need some.
Hey, Santinos. Yo.
You in the back pillow?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Hi, guys. Hey, Leilani. Hey, y'all. Hey, Tanya. Hey, y'all. Hey, Robin. Hey, Ken. Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy 16-year-old Eve.
Wow. You was about to have that baby.
Oh, yeah. 16 years ago. Where was I? I was just miserable. I wasn't in the hospital yet. Hey, Asia. Yes. Well, see what had happened was, y'all know I don't watch that mess. I was so much I was playing my game and doing everything else while I was on, but I can hear. I can't stop my ears from working. So she's been watching. Hey, Victoria. Hey, y'all. Been watching everybody. Hey, Mama Margaret. Hello. So I don't watch the Housewives. I don't watch Housewives. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop anymore. I used to. I don't watch it anymore.
Is that still on?
It is. And now they got like 3,000 of them. Love and Hip Hop, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I just don't. So I got 21 people on 7 likes. Can I get a few more likes? A couple more clicks. Clicks. Ah. Yeah. I don't know if this is a review so much as I'm just probably randomly going to talk and just get this shit off my chest because it's not really a review because clearly I'm going to give it a thumbs down. So it's not a review. Hey, Ava. It's not a review. It's more of a, I was forced to listen. And now I got some shit to say. That's what more of it is. That's just more of a, I was forced to hear them speak. Because I don't watch, okay, so you know anything about our setup, you know there are 3 TVs down here. One of which she plays game on, one of which she watches football on, and then my TV is a TV where TV is watched. So I do have to, even though I only am in control of one television, I still do have to give it up from time to time. You know, it's compromised so she can watch her stuff. Now, I don't like the Housewives, or I'm better with the soap operas, but I really don't like the Housewives. So, I'll play my game or do something and let her watch. So she's been watching that all day. So I was in here for the other 2 reunions. And I've been here for hell most of the show. The reality is I've been there for the show. I don't listen to. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on because I don't really pay attention to the. Yeah, she back in the back. I don't pay attention to the show like that, like somebody who watches it. But I have heard things said, and I've heard all the stuff that has went on during this particular season. In the beginning, the thought of a show being on television that celebrated Black women was a wonderful thing to me. Because women as a whole, even though they like to act like we're being celebrated, we're really not. they can use us as sexy things. They can use us as bitchy things, but that's not celebrating. So when the Housewives show came on, which was started, you know, the Atlanta and the Real Housewives of New York, I think those were the two. I was excited about, you know, celebrating women, not just celebrating women, but celebrating Black women, because that doesn't happen often. Same thing with Love and Hip Hop. When it first came on, I was like, not necessarily the celebration of women, but the celebration of our culture, a part of our culture, hip hop. I was cool about all that. I was very happy. And I watched the first season, first few seasons of Love and Hip Hop, the first season of New York, and then the first season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I never watched the Miami or the LA ones. And then the Housewives, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I didn't watch the other ones. I was excited. But then time progressed. And I realized these shows were not shows of celebrating, of camaraderie, of sisterhood, of queens straightening other queens' crown instead of knocking it off and stomping up and down on it till it's flat. That's what I thought. You know, I knew it was going to be, you got a lot of strong personalities. Everybody ain't going to get along. That's just the world. But we don't, what's the word I'm looking for? We don't, it blows my mind. It's time progress. It's time progress. And it became more of this bitch, this whole bitch, this bitch asshole. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. That's one thing, you know. And so I've gotten older. Real Housewives have been on a hot minute, so. And I went from being a single woman to a housewife, and here lies the problem. Here lies my problem. There's absolutely positively no celebration. I watched this. I was in the same room as this season, and from each woman talking about the other woman, from those without husbands talking about the husbands talking about each other, the just blatant disregard. It is awful. There's illusion that society puts women on a pedestal. This is an illusion. This is an illusion that we want to be real and that society perpetuates. There's always a way to make a woman feel less than she is, even when you hide it in compliments and praise. The Real Housewives this particular year, here's my problem. Here's my problem. The main story this year was one housewife snatched another housewife. Here's the thing. Every show that I have seen on television that is a reality television show, people have started shit. They done jumped over tables. They done threw drinks. They done talked shit, cash shit. The first year, Christy punched just knocked Kim Bella ass out. So the laying of hands on a reality show is nothing new. However, the two people in this particular show, I guess, started out friendly, and it slowly went down to where it was an on-site situation. And if anybody know what on-site mean, on-site does not mean that we're going to walk around in a circle with our shoulders touching for 20 minutes. On-site mean when I see you, I'm going to try to go to jail for killing you. That's what on-site mean. So for this entire season, and since she been on there, yeah. She not Kimberly to the next week. So when I'm telling you that the laying of hands on a reality television show on TV is nothing new, trust me, it is nothing new, because every bodyguard, every producer, every production assistant does not make it in time. Okay? And the reason I used Love and Hip Hop, because you see how this is old. It's 2020. It's 8 years ago. When you get past a certain thing and you mad, nothing makes sense anymore. Nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can say anything to you. Nobody can calm you down. They can't pull you off of them. You just are past the point. You are at a certain point where that is where you are, and nothing can help but to put your hands on the person. That's it. So I think that's what Monique was. Her and Candace got into it. And there's no, like I say, play fighting is fighting. You just don't know it yet. So there's no reason. Don't start no shit. Don't put your hands on nobody. I tell my son all the time, don't start nothing. Finish your fight, but never start it. Don't put your hands on nobody. Because then you can always walk away. And you're not worse for wear. You can always walk away if you don't start it. If you start it, you can't walk away. You can't punch somebody in the face and hope they be all right with it.
So let me ask you a question. But I heard on the reunion by her saying she apologized, what, a whole month some? Do you think she should accept it?
Here's the thing. She apologized because when she looked back at what she did, she realized that one, she told you, she realized that one, it wasn't about you. And that's where I messed up. You didn't do, she said you didn't do anything to deserve that. She said it. You didn't do anything to deserve it.
Monique said that.
Yeah, she said you didn't. Monique said you didn't do anything to deserve that. I shouldn't have put my hands on you. This is where I was. Boom. My thing is this. Here is where I'm of two minds of this thing. I talk cash shit on a regular basis. I do. I tell you what the hell I ain't gonna do. I tell you what you ain't gonna do to me. I tell you what I ain't gonna tolerate. I talk cash shit constantly. And I know that if I talk cash shit to the wrong person, I may have to back up my actions. So I'm ready for that. Candace has been talking cash shit the entire show. Everybody complains about Candace. Everybody complains about her. Everybody on that show had complained about Candace at one point or another, talking and saying shit reckless and saying shit she shouldn't have said, and da-da-da-da-da. Everybody on that show. Everybody. And you kept messing with this girl and messing with this girl and messing with this girl. Now, like I said, she shouldn't have put her hands on him, because like Candace said, you got kids, and the only one responsible for taking care of your business is you, and shouldn't let no bitch get you out of pocket. Candace got out of pocket, and she allowed Candace's little fuckery and foolery to take her to a place she ain't want to be at, and she put her hands on him. Now, shouldn't have did it. Yes. Candace, shut the fuck up. You talk too much. All of them do. What gets me is all of them talk and run their mouth and say what they want to say. But when somebody says something back to them, when somebody responds, when they are aggressive and then somebody responds aggressively, all of a sudden they pitiful and piss poor. All of them talk about the other one behind the back. All of them.
Candace was wrong. She threw a rock and hit her hand.
Well, the entire situation was wrong because even Monique said she thought somebody had touched her, and it ended up being Giselle had touched her arm, and Giselle said, "I'm pulling her away," and I don't know what, but that's not what. In the middle of a fight, when you fighting somebody, when you have gone to that place where you about to put your hands on somebody, and for real put your hands on somebody, don't put your hand, if you ain't in the fight, don't put your hand in that fight. If you can't physically pull them to apart, you putting your hands on her is not going to help the situation. And that's what it did. It didn't help the situation then.
Asia said Monique apologized was BS when she said, "Oh, when you put your hands in my face, it reminded me of my dad growing up in that moment. I was thinking about my childhood," and then she started crying.
My thing is this: you can't, Asia, on that. I'm gonna say this. You have. Let me tell you something.
You keep looking. You gotta look forward because what's happening is you.
I'm looking at. No, I'm looking at everything. I'm not looking completely at the TV. I mean, at the thing, because I'm thinking. You can't tell somebody what triggers them. You can't tell somebody, don't put your hands, don't pull my hair. Because we all right till you pull my hair. And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's none of your business why pulling my hair is an issue for me. I'm not on Bravo. That girl said that now, if she lying, that's on her and her spirit. But what she said out loud is that the hand in my face triggered me. Everybody got a different trigger. Everybody got a different thing that they can't stand for somebody to do. Everybody got something different. Some people can take you hitting them and walk away. Some people can't. Some people can take you spitting on them, walking away. Some people can't. Some people can take you just pushing them. Some people can't. Everybody's everybody's trigger, everybody's pull is different. And that's why you keep your goddamn hands to yourself, because guess what? You won't have to worry about it. If you can't start, don't start no fight, your ass can't finish. That's all I'm saying. Don't start no fight, somebody pull your hair and you so distraught you got to take Xanax. Well, hell, that's the case. All of us supposed to be taking Xanax. And because you're an adult, that means you can't handle it better. When we were kids, it was easier for the fight, I guess. It was easier for us to get over shit, I guess, when we was kids. Now you're an adult, you've been sad and miserable and so distraught and anxiety the whole season. But you still flipping your gums. You still flapping your foot. You scared of everything. Now you anxious and you got to take pills and you crying every time the camera on you. But you still flapping your gums and talking shit. Do you understand the tone of your voice can get your ass whooped? How you tell somebody something can get your ass whooped? Now, I'm not going to say that's right because it's not, but I'm just saying that's a fact of the matter. We're not talking about what's right or wrong. What we're talking about is in the moment. There's no telling what can get your ass whooped. And if you can't handle that, if you can't follow through, you're supposed to be a little quieter. Start a little less shit. Talk a little less. Because if you talking like you Billy Badass, if you talking like you Miss Beat 'em Up, and then as soon as somebody come at you, all of a sudden you stuck. Yep, instant replay said it. Don't let your mouth write a check, your ass can't cash. And that's what happened. Candace wrote a big old check that she ain't had no money in the bank for. That being said, my problem is not just with Candace and Monique. It is with the entire show. These ladies talk about each other behind their back and grin and smile in their face. Oh, hello, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, this. They talked about Karen and Ray the whole season. My only problem with Karen is you ain't but so much plastic, so you ain't got so much skin, baby girl. You ain't got so much skin left. You're fine. Stop. And Candace and what's her name? Robin? No, the old one. Karen. And Karen is the oldest, the grand dame. And she's just not coming into her own because, you know, she was the Black Bill Gates' wife. Well, yay. But you talk a lot of shit too, Ken. Y'all all lie. Y'all say you didn't say it something, and then they'll go back and pull the video of you saying it. They're listening. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're recording what y'all saying. They're recording what y'all saying. They're recording it. They're video and audio. I didn't say that. And then if they feel like messing with you, they'll play back what you did say. And 9 times out of 10, you did say it. This the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let them husbands stay at the house. Stop bringing them in there and then instigating stuff. That entire section was instigating stuff. That entire section was instigating stuff. Y'all mad because Chris the big Chris, I forget their last name, want to stand up and take up for his wife, but ain't that what he's supposed to do? And you're not going to keep dismissing somebody telling them this and third, and they not get their point across. Let me tell you something. You know when you got your point across. You can feel when you got your point across. Somebody keeps stopping you from getting your point across regardless of whether or not they like the point that you're making. You can't get mad that this man keeps bringing this shit up because you keep saying, I was watching this, I was listening to it, and he kept sitting up there talking about, well, we've been talking about this for 2 hours. No, you haven't. Every time you bring it up, you go to one of the other girls who say they didn't say this, and then you don't back it up with video until you get pissed off with them, and then you go back to him, and then you still don't let him get his point across. He has some shit to say about his wife and how that he felt she was treated. Now, let me ask you a question. Who in this chat would not back up their spouse if they feel like their spouse was treated some kind of way on nationwide TV? Now, I will say that Candace is wrong when she pursued legal action that took it to a whole nother level. I don't think that was necessary. The thing with Candace, like I said, you can't be a bully and crying all the time. Don't go together. You can't sit up there talking about how bullied you are when you was 13 seconds out bullying somebody else. You can't have it all. You can't be the good girl and the bad girl. You can't say what the hell you want to out your mouth and then get mad when somebody responds. That's Candace's problem. She want to say what she want to say, do what she want to do, be what she want to be, and nobody can say nothing to her. And as soon as somebody starts saying something to her, she's now put upon and has to cry because she's the victim, and that's not what she meant. And that's another thing. You say this shit, but that's not what I meant. That wasn't the context it was said in. That wasn't. Stop fucking talking about each other. This entire show and shows like this make us look like miserable, evil bats. The entire show, it made Karen look like she was ungrateful for all that. Oh, I forget his old ass name. What is his name? Okay. The entire show made Karen look like she was ungrateful for the life that Ray had provided for her, which I'm sure she wasn't, but that's what the show made her look like. The entire show made Giselle look like she was just some dry bitch with no man who couldn't keep no man. The entire show made Robin look like she's stupid for having Juan in her house, even though she knew all the stuff that he did. The entire show made Ashley look like she was stupid for marrying her granddaddy, which she kind of was. But that's her thing. It is what it is. And then you add Monique, Candace, and what's the other girl name? Dr. Wendy. Hey, Beverly. Then you add Candace, Monique, and Wendy. Wendy with her doctorates. Monique with her bird. And Candace. I don't know what the hell Candace was. What was Candace? Did she have a job?
Candace?
What was Candace?
She used to be the model. She was an American something beauty.
Was she Miss America or just a pageant girl?
It was one, I don't even know.
Huh? Yeah, that's fine. You can bring it down, baby.
You can bring it down.
Thank you. This show did not make them look like the beautiful, talented women that they are. Now, I like a little gossip, and it's a thing to gossip amongst your friends about each other, but you need to be able to have that same energy when you're in their face. That's my problem. And it just didn't feel like anybody was friends. Every time somebody was going through something, let's pick on them. Karen going through the moving the house and the money and the income tax. Then Giselle, I don't know what Giselle was doing. I think we were just trying to find Giselle a boyfriend. I don't think she really had no problems like that. And then she went back to her ex. What I mean, and here's my thing on that: an ex is an ex for a reason. In the beginning, her kids didn't even want their mama with their daddy. And who the hell don't want that? So you know they couldn't get them kids not to say what they wanted to say. And they couldn't get them kids to fix their face. So them kids was telling the truth. And Robin just wanted her family together so much it didn't matter. But that's what it made them look like. That's what it makes them look like. These are beautiful, talented women who have a platform to do so much. And I just heard an hour and 30 minutes of nothing. Giselle brings on a bodyguard because he said first of all, we grown. Who the fuck is paying attention to Instagram, Snapchat posts like we little kids hanging out at the club? He said if I wasn't a man, I'd smack your ass.
But he used a transgender man, though.
Well, he said he wish he could turn into her. So I guess, but he can't.
But see, you gotta think.
He wanted to be a woman. No, he wanted to be a woman.
Yeah, but he used
because he wasn't gonna change it to no woman. He would have had to turn it to a trans. He still would have been a dude,
man,
right? But he said he wished. I mean, I guess either way, he said again when you tell saying stupid shit. Yeah,
he said a transgender man, which is a man, still getting a woman.
Well, no. If she's doing the hormones and doing the stuff and getting her business taken away, no. Cause guess what, baby? You are more masculine to center, but you still a woman. But I wouldn't fight you. Wish I would let you hit me. Here's the thing: if your ass can't fight, don't start no shit. Because even the littlest person can knock your ass out. Okay? My thing is, I don't mind. I'm good for a good laugh. Yeah, and so she lied about the bird being lost. Why the hell would she lie about that? Didn't nobody like the bird but her?
Was that for attention though?
But why? The bird is attention. The bird draws enough attention without her having to say that the bird got lost. Now, if that bird was, and here's the thing, everybody wants to listen to instant replay don't start, don't want to be one. Everybody is an expert in something. So they talk to somebody who said that I've never heard of a bird flying back. If this bird is in captivity and this bird is all they know and it's raised in captivity and it's not in its home, I mean, yeah, it's going to come back to its house. Right. It's going to come back to where it knows, just like it was out there. That's all the bird knows. You know what I'm saying? So why would she lie about it? This doesn't make any sense to me. Right. Thank you, baby. Because the reality is no, I can sit right here. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. Oh yeah, I got a drink. Thank you. So.
Oh, God, thank you, baby.
So.
What you want for your birthday? You on display.
My thing is, Potty training the 6-month-old. You got me impressed. I'm still working on my 3-year-old. If look here, instant replay. If all you your job is to be on the Housewives of Potomac. And if all you got is time, potty training a 6-year-old, if they can't stand up, I don't know what potty training gonna help them, but okay. Who potty trained a 6-year-old? I mean, 6-month-old. Was that Monique?
Is, how they just go like saying that's not his kid?
Because they said they're talking about that they didn't plot, they didn't do this, and the third. They did talk about it. They did talk about it. I heard them. They went when they wasn't being on Giselle and Robin's side one day. They went back and did the replay. But now he's not going to run the replay now because he doesn't need to be on Giselle and he doesn't need to be on Giselle and Robin's case. So he's not going to run that replay. But at one point in the show, they ran a replay where it was talking about some kind of plot to do something at the beginning of the show. So I remember hearing that. But see, now since they ain't mad at the people who were talking, that replay isn't necessary. So here's my thing, that the show, I'm not even talking about the women, to the extent that you are being used, ladies, and not in a pretty light. None of you ladies are looked at in a beautiful light the way you should be. None of you are. None of you. Please do not think that because you're on the Real Housewives of Potomac, the most people are thinking that you are this. No. Yeah, you have people who, for some reason, just like who they like. And yes, you are but the general consensus is, why the hell them old ass women are acting like that on TV? Why are y'all hollering at each other? Why are y'all allowing the outside to make you who you are not? Why are you allowing them to show you in the worst light possible? It is amazing that how they don't think somebody is laughing at them, not with them, ladies, not with y'all. They're not laughing with you, Karen. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at y'all, and I hate that. I hate that. You have so many things that you can do. It made my spine hurt. You have so many things that you can do. You have this platform to where you can affect change. But that's not what you're known for. And that's my problem. That's my problem with all the shows like that. It is so easy for people to believe the worst in someone. And the worst, it is very easy. It's very easy for people to believe that all Black women are mad and all Black women want to do is fight, and all Black women want to do is get a man with money, and they don't want. It's very easy to believe that because the bad is easy to believe. Nobody wants to believe all the good things that you're doing. So instead of perpetuating those, you perpetuate the negative images of us. The entire reunion was a negative image of us. And think about it. If people think that the rich and famous can't act no better, what do they think about us, the normal people? Regular YouTubers. Not even the influencers, just those regular people trying to get by. What do they think about us? And it's all, and it would be fine if y'all weren't on TV. If y'all acted exactly like you acted on TV and what you portrayed on TV is who you are, and y'all were the people that you are and not the way you're edited, that would be fine, except you're on television and you are on a global scale and you are beautiful, glorious, fabulous, wonderful Black women. who have spent an entire season tearing each other down. Not one block to build the other person up. And you say you do. And you say, I love these women and I want nothing but the best for them. And I want us to get back to being sisters and this, and the third. But were you ever sisters? Did you ever really have each other's back? Y'all all at some point bowed to the pressure of the show you were on and agreed with something that maybe you didn't agree with. Or you said something out of your mouth that you probably should have kept to yourself. The entire season. Now, Ashley and her husband surprised me this season. He had no idea the cheating allegations would have a twist. Well, I mean, I think someone said about Ashley's bisexuality in the first or second season. So, you know, I want to get me started on somebody old as Michael being married to somebody young as Ashley. So, that's a whole nother. That's, no. And they got 2 kids, man. There's always been older women, older men and younger women, always. But I don't like that he kind of he's dismissive of Ashley. And Ashley, I don't know whether she doesn't see it. I don't know whether she's so in love with it. She doesn't see the dismissiveness. But it's like, oh, go somewhere and sit down, little girl. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Oh, go somewhere and sit down, little girl. When he's talking to her. Right. Yes, Miss Jackson, you did. She did. And she should have. Stop talking shit. That being said, like I said, she shouldn't necessarily put her hands on him because, like it was stated, Monique got kids. And it could have gotten further than it went. Hey, Veronica, hey, Miss Jackson, it could have went further than it did. And she might have had to go to jail. Now, the reality is that's just the way it works. And what killed me is they was talking about the little bootleg lawyer. But guess what the bootleg lawyer did? By telling her to file her own charges against Candace, the bootleg lawyer got all of it thrown out. So maybe they weren't as bootleg as you thought. Sue, you should have sued her. Should have sued her. Do what everybody else do. Sue for pain and suffering. It's much easier to prove. It's much easier to prove in a civil court than it is a criminal court because the burden of proof is different. It's much easier. But you ain't want to do that. It wasn't good for you to sue her, but it was good for you to press charges. Okay, so she pressed charges against you. Bing, bing, bing. They gone. And what did you get? You got lawyer fees. That's all you got. You got lawyer fees out of it. What did it do? Did it make you feel better? What?
What Ms. Jackson said.
Was it? Oh, Jesus, yes. Anyway. First of all, let's go back to the first one where she pulled out the notebook like she was in school. Now, Monique. Now, as entertaining as that was, now I ain't mad. You know what? Here's the thing. If you know, some of these shows, y'all all should have brought your receipt book because you talk about a lot of stuff. But when she said, where is it? When she said Pastor Holy Ghost, I almost died a little bit. I think I died some.
We did. We couldn't stop laughing.
She said Pastor Holy Ghost. I was like, that was funny as hell. I ain't mad. That was funny as hell. She said, slanging this little pee-pee all around us. She didn't say the town. She said the congregation. I was like, I mean, Giselle did not. See, here's the thing. We got receipts on some people. Her receipts on Giselle. She don't care because she knew what she dealing with. Giselle know what she dealing with. Now, either this is a made-up storyline so that, you know, or she knew who she was dealing with. She divorced him the first time because he was a cheater. Did she think that he got better because he got older? No. And he been single for the past, 8 years? How long he been divorced? 8, 10 years? He been single the past 8 to 10 years, so no. He didn't get no better. He didn't have to be. He didn't have no wife.
I can't wait to money to them people.
To who?
Any of them.
I could because... Oh, okay. Because it keeps saying, when I try to hit it keeps saying, error, try again. Yeah, Giselle, not daddy. No, Giselle, daddy said, what about your baby? See, that's the thing. You can't catch their mamas and daddies because they're going to say what they want to. And what about the baby mamas? Oh, okay. All right. Hold on, let me see if it, hold on, I'm going to hit show.
It won't.
Error, try again. Look here, to each his own. To each his own. If what you need to get by is to be on the Real Housewives and have your life plastered for everybody to see, if you like it, I love it. It bothers me to see us screaming and hollering at each other. It bothers me to see us portrayed like that.
You know what's the crazy part?
Hmm?
When they be going on these long vacations far away with each other.
So that they can fight about that.
And then they be okay, fine, and then take one person to bring, like Ashley, she just grew balls overnight and just want to start stuff.
Ashley, you know what? They picked with Ashley the whole time she was on there. I think Ashley just got old enough to where she can't be picked with like that. That's why she didn't have overnight balls. She had a few season balls. Because Karen was talking about it and Giselle would mess with her, and she never really got along with anybody else because she was young and her husband was older, and he had interesting ways of doing stuff, and I just think that she became an adult. Ashley grew up on the show. I think that's all that happened with Ashley. She grew up on the show, and now she's somebody's mama, so now she got to grow up some more. She got 2 kids now by old boy. So, I don't know. I mean, I think when all of them start talking about their kids, I think you shouldn't bring anybody's kids into it. Yeah, I think that you shouldn't bring anybody's kids into it. I think no one's children should come into play when it comes to... She got time enough for that. Yep. I think that no kids should come into play. But they do.
Right. She said, how do we feel about Wendy being on the show with her 4 degrees? I swear, if I would have heard about her degrees one more time.
Here's the thing. She is correct. In other cultures, those things are valued.
Yeah, but it was like she was throwing it in their face.
Because that's
like she was better than them.
Well, here's the thing. She might have thought she was better than them, and who knows? She might be. But the reality is that people are not looking at the reality. They're looking at perception. How people are perceived is their reality. And as far as her, the way she was making it seem was like her educational attributes were the most important thing in her that made her the most important part of her story was her being Dr. Wendy and working as a professor at Johns Hopkins, which, let's say this, is a very prestigious hospital, and she had very prestigious accolades in what she did, but that's not who she was. And I think that's why, yeah, she didn't really have, she really have a storyline. So they always have to have somebody who's just kind of there to, somebody they can deflect to, somebody that is not really in the mix of everything else. and cannon fodder, for lack of a better term, a seat filler. She's a seat filler. Now, whether that's because she just, are you not going to bring my kids and my husband into this mess? That's why he didn't have much to say.
Right.
Because she was going, and that's cool. But know that your storyline is going to get stuck on a certain situation. And eventually they will replace you with somebody who has a little bit more salaciousness going on about them. You continue to be Dr. Wendy and getting your and your accolades is fine, but that's not doing anything for our show. So they'll find somebody to have for their show. I wanted to like Wendy, but I really don't. She comes across as elitist. Yes, she does. And therein lies the problem. She's not looking to be a part of the crowd. She's not looking to be a regular girl. So it will come across, and people want to be able to relate to the Real Housewives. They want to find something in each housewife that they can relate to themselves. And the reality is, with her, it's going to be hard. This is true. And I mean, like I said, I haven't, as far as Wendy goes, I mean, she was fine. I couldn't even remember her name.
She really had no part like
I couldn't remember her name. So there you go.
She's not one to remember.
No, I couldn't remember her name. And that has nothing to do with her, and more to do with me not liking the show. So that's more. I wondered how housewives realize the behavior live and forever because of the internet. They can't delete it. The kids will get older. The grandkids will be able to see this. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they care. I think they figure if they can use the Real Housewives Bravo money to prolong the legacy of their home, I don't think they're going to care how Bravo made them look. I don't think they're going to care to their kids how Bravo made them look. Kids going to be like, well, I got paid off of it, you know. Excuse me. I would like to see, you know what I would like to see? I don't know how it would go about it, but I don't think it would last. I don't think people would watch it. I would like to see a show exactly like that, but without everybody doing what they were doing. Yes, and Andy, people don't realize, it's like y'all don't see that every season Andy gets a little more happy because this money is this he. And Andy's an instigator, and I used to think it was funny until this season because I see now it was constant. That again, I have a thing about dismissing this. Don't dismiss what I'm saying because it's not what you're going through or something you can relate to, because everybody can't relate to everything that somebody else has went through. Yes, so he is very. Everybody cannot relate to what somebody, hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to be able to relate to your struggles. Everybody's not going to be able to relate to Monique having issues with her upbringing as far as her father. Everybody won't be able to relate to that. Either they didn't have a dad growing up, their dad didn't do that growing up, they weren't spanked, or they was, or they, the little stuff that Monique talking about, they talking about, but that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't relate exactly to what somebody else is going through. So you won't be able to necessarily understand why they're going through what they're going through. But you also can't dismiss it. And I hate that. Don't dismiss something from somebody because you ain't went through it. Just because you ain't went through it don't mean they didn't go through it. Doesn't mean it doesn't affect them like whatever the hell you went through. That's the thing. Just because you came out the other side okay doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't have came out the other side devastated or shattered. Just because you was okay doesn't mean somebody else wasn't not okay. And that's what a lot of it did. because nobody understood why Monique acted the way they acted. They were very dismissive of her, and they treated her and they ostracized her. Because nobody understands how Ashley and Michael are, they're very dismissive of that relationship. But I feel some kind of way because I feel like Ashley is being played as a child on both sides, from the show and her husband. And one day, I mean, maybe she's okay. Maybe she's not. It's just my opinion. Karen and Ray are getting older. I want her to embrace her age and stop fighting it. She's beautiful. Stop. Don't go no further. Because after a while, they're not going to pay attention to the things you're doing. The good things, the foundations, the money, the donations, the things that you do for people. They're just going to pay attention to how you're doing yourself and what you're looking at and what you look like. And it's going to stop being about anything that you are and just about an outside appearance. I hope Robin gets everything she wants. I do. But I don't know why Robin been on the show as long as she been on them. Because at one time, Robin was just like all the rest of them. She ain't really had nothing going on. Her and one wasn't married. They was just co-parenting. And she was just there. We just there.
I just don't like the fact how Andy go, like he be looking for stuff to say to start stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like he antagonizing them.
He does. They let him. I'm not, because what Karen did something that made me almost proud of her for a second. I was going to talk about it, but now that I've seen what's going on and the way the women are tearing each other down, I'm not going to speak on that. And she did. And I was, and for that second, I was proud of Karen, because the reality is you ain't got to speak on everything. Everything don't have to be, even if you know it.
Everything ain't for everything.
Yeah. Somebody
just said she's starting to look cartoonish.
Yeah, she is. It's. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I wish she would. I wish she was. Yeah, just back up off that. Just. I just. Robin needs a storyline. They have bills and taxes to pay. Everybody got bills and taxes to pay. And she said, her hat line is doing good. I didn't know all her hats had satin on the inside. I might buy one. But I don't like all them crazy patterns, so I don't know. You never know. But I just...
gotta go find her site. We're gonna get you a hat.
Karen looks terrible, but she keeps the plastic surgeons in business. I'm sure the doctor's faces light up when she... I don't know about those hats.
We're gonna get one to do it.
You know.
You wanna get one, babe?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't wear hats enough for it to do anything. The fact that it has satin means it won't break your hair off when you put a hat on. I mean, that should be for men too. But I don't know. I'm not necessarily reviewing the show so much as just calling out
talking about it.
What we women go through a lot. We are subjected to a lot. Down to little girls can't wear a tank top to school when it's hot because that's going to bother the boys. Or a woman is assaulted, but you ask what she had on because clearly that had something to do with her being assaulted. I mean, it is just constant. And I am so tired of women being shown as victims and bitches, and we can't get along. We can't be with each other. We can't have a sisterhood when nothing is further from the truth. But that's what they show. But that's what they show on TV.
Okay.
I can't, ladies. I cannot. I don't watch it, and I will not. But I'm not gonna leave the room. Not gonna leave my room when my wife does. So that means I will be exposed to it. We have got to do better, ladies. And that's all of us. They can do what they want, and they can have shows like The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac, and because people will watch. And people will cheer at the fighting. And people will laugh. Oh. When the reality is nobody is higher than anybody else. Money doesn't make you better than somebody else. It just means that you ain't got to worry about how you're going to pay your light bill. But guess what? That doesn't make you better than the person who's trying to figure it out. Money is not making one of those ladies a better person. But I wish it did. Because then that would give us something to look to. That would give our daughters something to look to. That would be like, oh, you know what? I wish I could do that like Karen did it. There's not one thing on that show I wish I could do like they do.
All right, Lisa, last.
Oh, I wish my daughter did it like that. Oh, I wish anything. There's not one thing on that show. Not even Dr. Wendy. Because I want my child to be more than just her degrees. That's just a part of you. But you make it people feel like that's the most important part. And if they don't have it, then they can't be as good as you. Maybe I'm not. Because I don't have 4 degrees and you can't call me Dr. Lisa. But I don't think you should make anybody feel that way. For every person with their hand out, there should be somebody ready to grab it and pull them along and bring them up. I think that shows more character than you arguing and fussing about something on TV. Did she say she was going to do that? Well, she said she was going to do that. Well, quiet as it's kept, they all talk about you. And you can just insert any name into any what thing I just said, and somebody has said it. Is it that serious? It is. Hey, Mr. Montgomery. It is. You know what? I'm sad when I watch and I hear things like that. I'm sad. I'm not mad. I'm not envious. I'm not anything. I'm just sad. Because I see the beauty. Hey, Hazy. I see the beauty. But it's clouded by all the other stuff that they want to portray us as. They just make me sad and sometimes tired because it's so hard. It's so hard to rewrite a narrative that we have no problem perpetuating. It's hard. You all right, Mr. Montgomery? We were just talking about the Real Housewives and how they made me tired and sad today. The I don't know. Fantabulously. All right. Fanfabulous. I kind of like that. All right. Fanfabulous. Yes. I mean, I'm all for a little, glamming up and talking shit and laughing and joking, but I don't really think that they would be watched by most if it were not for the fighting. That's what. Yeah, you're right, Ava. You're right. I know they wouldn't be, but thank you, Jerry. But I just wish. I know that nobody would watch Real Housewives if they were actually being Real Housewives. But I just wish that it would be more of the Real Housewives and less of the. Thank you, Instant Replay. I'm getting ready to get off here. I've been on here an hour. I'm getting ready to get off here. Thank you. It was good. I'm glad you came to hang with us. Anytime. I want to see you more often. I know you got to have the hype, but I just wish it was more of the Housewives and less of the hype. I wish it was more of the Housewives. I wish it was more these group of friends that are navigating this world, this what's the word I'm looking for? That's navigating this Potomac world together. You know what I'm saying? And then every now and again, a little bit come in and sprinkle in. Gotta have your laughs and your fun, and everybody don't get along, and everybody that the days are like that. Thank you, Instant Replay. But I hate that. I hate that they just look so miserable and sad, and they don't look like what we want them to look like. When I look at the Real Housewives of Potomac in their fancy houses with their all the money and the buying the kids and they can do what they want to do, and they just look sad. They don't look like they're happy doing it. And I mean, ain't that the point? Isn't that the point of gathering up wealth and getting generational wealth for your kids, to give things, to pass it down, to be able to do what you want to do? Ain't that the point? To be happy? Not have to worry about things? You just don't look happy. Your smiles don't reach your eyes, ladies. And that's what I wish for you. I want your smiles to reach your eyes, not just the TV screens. So, as you can see, I'm not a good watcher of it, but I was present for the finale, all 3 parts, and the last 2 just blew me, because I'm like, it's like, instead of it's a reunion, let's go back over the show, let's hit the points with all the ladies, let's try not to linger on the bad parts. Let's try to end the season with more of a good bang than normal. But it wasn't that. Well, past 5 DC years, the past 5 New Year's Eve, we go live the whole time and drink and stay at the house and listen to the ball, and we have fireworks. I might let them with that. I think we're gonna go outside because we have fireworks from 4th of July, but we didn't use them. So I think we're gonna go outside and do the fireworks for the 4th, since it's a new house, Hopefully I can walk outside with them, or at least walk to the door. we're going to work on that for the new year. But if not, soon after. All right, guys. Thank you so much for... I say listen to the ball. Shut up, Leilani. You know what I mean. Hey, Eastad. Listen, that's a little better than that. I mean, Candy just opened the second restaurant. Portia. Yep. I think that the Real Housewives of Atlanta have found their footing and they're getting there. But they still got their sprinkles of bullshit. But it's, they still got their sprinkles of bullshit. Because last week, the new girl, her baby, husband goes into the study and then leaves the house without telling his wife and then goes 6 hours away and stay gone for 2 days and think they're going to come back in the house. That made my whole brain hurt. No. And that's a whole nother story. I think we might have to do a real talk on, can you be gone from your house for 2 days and think you're going to get in there and the locks ain't going to be changed? Baby, come on, knock the door. Not today, Satan.
You say not today.
Not today, Satan. You good. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all my mods, Asia, Leilani. I want to thank all the bomb squad in the chat. I want to thank the old and the new, the young and the old. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for this hour. Thank you, Karen. I mean, my thing is this. I know that we live in a world where the bad is more fun than the good. The villains are better than the heroes. And it ain't fun unless it's fighting. But ladies, we deserve better. Men, you deserve better ladies. Ladies, you deserve men who bring out that in you. We deserve to see positive examples and role models of women who are doing it big so that even when we're doing it medium and small, we still feel like we're doing it big. Ladies, I wish that you have a wonderful season next year. But I hope you find your footing. And I hope you find out that what we really want from y'all are examples to look up to, not just something to look at on TV. Because it's a lot of shit on TV. There are thousands of channels. There are millions of movies. It's a lot of stuff to look at on TV. But it is not a lot of people to look up to on TV. And it is not a lot of women to look up to. Real people. Not made up people. Not people on soap operas and on shows that we watch. But real people that we could come in contact with at some point. That's all I got to say about that. So thank you, guys. I want to thank the entire chat. This was a good chat. We'll figure out something else. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow, talk about something. Something will bite my butt.
Oh, Lord.
So this might be, that might be what we're doing. This might be bite the butts. Things that bit my butt today. You never know. So I want to thank everybody. Leilani and Asia Means, thank you so much. My mods. It's my mods. My bomb squad. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the likes. Anybody. So, recap. I do not watch them. I don't sit there and watch them. But I hear them. And ladies, coming from somebody who doesn't watch the show, what I hear makes me sad. But when I look at the screen, I see all these beautiful black queens. I see them. And all I want to do is see the pedestals and the light that shines from them. But the way that you're portrayed, I don't see that. So down in the comments, comment anything. I don't care what you comment. Just comment. Comment down below.
Comment down below.
Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already hit that like button. If you're seeing this in the replay, hit that like button for me.
Share, hit the notification bell every time we drop a video. Go live. You won't miss it.
What she said.
And we out.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
This DC Kool-Aid.
And Lisa.
And
good night.
Peace out. Bye. I already